All right, so hey everyone, I'm Tony with MyRepairApp, and with myself here I have Tanner from Acima. I just want to thank you guys so much for joining us today. We're going to keep this call straight to the point, hopefully not take too long. We have trying to keep it under that 30-minute mark because everyone's, these days we're all busy. So what I'd like to do is really show you the Acima integration that we have. So it's the first of its kind. We're integrated with Acima through MyRepairApp, and there's a lot of benefits behind it. It's going to allow you repair shops to scale smarter and faster, and really streamlines the leasing process. And yeah, so what I'll do is I'm going to just let Tanner introduce himself first, talk a little bit about leasing, why it's important, what he does, and then we'll do a quick little demo of the integration.
Certainly. Hey everyone. Yeah, my name's Tanner. Been on Acima here for about 6 years or so now. Now I kind of help with these kind of strategic technology partnerships, such as like working with Tony. However, in the past, I did work with you guys like retailers directly. I've actually enrolled in about 500 cell phone stores in the past and have kind of fostered that relationship with Acima and have seen quite a few of them succeed through that path. But just to talk about, Acima and lease to own, I'm sure, it's kind of I would imagine that some of you have maybe heard of it, but maybe don't understand it completely. I think the biggest takeaway to know is just what lease to own provides is it provides a method of acquisition of the merchandise to customers that are cash and credit constrained, right? And I would imagine that in repair, that's probably a more frequent customer than you'd say at Best Buy, right? I know that if I broke an old laptop, I would most likely be wanting to upgrade it rather than bringing it in for repair. So I think that our customer does exist in your guys' stores pretty often, for one, and for two, I think that it's a pretty good opportunity for you guys to create a new revenue stream, right? Selling devices and such. Um, but yeah, there's just a large portion of customers out there that need it. And I think that, this partnership with MyRepairApp is going to make it even easier and more streamlined, right? Instead of customers having to apply with us manually and then going into the other back end and typing it in again, and the customer sitting there waiting, like, what's going on? This way it's all married together as one experience. So I think this partnership with MyRepairApp is going to be awesome, and I'm excited to work with everyone. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, it's a big pool of customers out there. Last year, Acima did $2 billion in lease to own transactions. So the demand is proven, and I guess it's really up to you guys as the retailer whether or not you want to utilize that tool. But yeah, I think that's really all I've got for
That's
as far as summary goes.
Yeah, you said 2 billion.
2 billion, yep, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I guess, yeah. What's it called?
Yeah.
Like that Ashton Hall guy, like make it 10,000. Uh, that's all I can think of right now. Oh my gosh. All we're missing is a bowl of ice water and some Saratoga.
Right.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, next week I think the plan is for us to get on a call and another call and kind of, dive into the weeds a little bit and talk about strategy and how Acima can be offered and what I've seen be successful in stores. But as far as today, I think we just want to talk about, what the concept is and how that could possibly, accelerate your guys' business. And I think at the end of the day, it's about giving customers opportunity, right? And giving them that purchasing power. So I think Acima does both.
Definitely. Yeah, so I guess because yeah, so next week so next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, so 2 hours before this one live today, is we're gonna do a deeper dive into actual like best practices. Tanner has spent a lot of years working with a lot of shops, and so we'll have more data than just, hey, yes, repair shops that offer Acima leasing make more money, right? It'll be way more. There's more data than that, of course. But I would like to ask Tanner, like for today, is there anything that you can, obviously there's a lot, but if you were to pick just one random takeaway that you've seen, that hey, you've seen shops do this one thing that's been helpful, and it's just a basic thing, right? It's anything simple or easy. What do you think, like if a shop's watching right now and let's say they don't offer leasing, and
Hmm.
because maybe they're worried about it's too complicated for their staff, or maybe they just don't understand how it works. Um, what would you say to them to encourage them to attend next week, to and maybe even tease how much money some shops you've seen have earned?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I think that, there's nothing to lose, right? There's no downside, and then the upside's the moon, really. It really just matters how, like, it really just depends on how much you adopt Acima. But I think that just kind of being curious about the tools out there, and trying to create different revenue paths, right? That are in synergy with your current business model. I think it could be valuable. So I don't know if that answers your question, Tony, but
I mean, yeah, actually, no, it is right. There's nothing, there's no loss, right? There's nothing to lose. You don't have to pay to sign up with Acima. You don't have to pay to sign up with MyRepairApp and use the Acima integration.
mhm.
So the nice part, I'll show the integration in a second here, but what's nice about the fact that both platforms technically are free to use, there's no cost and you have only upside. And what the nice part about the MyRepairApp integration, more so than just Acima, and with saving time when you're doing applications, is we are actually also next week, hopefully by the time the next Tuesday call comes around, our protection plans, my protection, will be live as well. And the theory is the more devices that you lease and that get sold with a protection plan on it, it's likely that you will see an increase in, or at least the assumption, the presumption is you'll see an increase of the amount of shops that get approved for Acima, because what happens, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tanner, but a big issue that we see in leasing is customers buy a device and they select, whatever, 20-25 bucks a week as a payment option, and they can afford that. But
Mhm.
then, it's a brand new device. It's 1,500 bucks, it's 1,600 bucks. And if they break it, sometimes that damage, especially if it's the front and the back and maybe something else broken, you're talking four, five, $600 to get it fixed. Well, they go, I can't afford to fix it, and I can't use my phone, so I'm gonna go to Walmart, buy myself a $99 Motorola, and stop making my payments because I can't afford to fix it. So why would I pay for this device? With
Certainly.
my protection, doesn't matter what they do with that device. Well, it doesn't matter how they break it accidentally.
Yes.
It doesn't matter the type of device, whether it's an iPhone 5 or 17 Pro Max about to be out. Doesn't matter what's damaged, whether it's just one item, one part of the phone, or every single part of the phone is broken. The customer only pays one flat rate deductible of 50 bucks. So if they have a 16 Pro Max, they lease it with Acima, and then 2 months later they call you crying about how they ran it over with their tractor trailer or whatever, and the front's broken, the back's broken, they pay 50 bucks. And I think that definitely allows them, it's a much higher chance of them staying current with their lease payment, because hey, it's only 50 bucks, I get to keep my phone, versus if I'm trying to replace the phone, I'm gonna have to pay more money to get a lower end quality phone. So they're more likely to just fix what they have and keep making their payments. That is the assumption, and I think this is the perfect marriage to help repair shops really get to the next level and hopefully increase those approval rates. If I may
Yeah,
say so
yeah.
myself.
I mean, approval rates always lean on profitability, right? And if there's a tool out there such as insurance that makes leases more profitable and hedges our risk, then that does end up helping the shops and provides customer a better experience as well, right? So yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, and with the better customer experience, I would imagine that they're more likely to come back and lease again and
Hmm.
refer friends and family. I mean, everyone has had referrals, but no, even though it's the customer's fault that they accidentally broke their device and they got hit with a $400 bill, they're not going to be happy with you. But if you get to be the one to tell them, hey, no, don't worry about it, it's just 50 bucks. Do you remember
Hmm.
when I convinced you to buy that protection plan? Yeah, it's 50 bucks. Don't worry about it. I think what will happen is the word of mouth is going to explode. I think they're going to tell everybody, and this is going to make for fantastic 5-star reviews across the board. Hey, these people took care of my phone, right? I paid $2,000 for this phone and I destroyed it, or my child Timmy broke it. But guess what? I paid 50 bucks, and in 2 hours I was out of that store with a phone that looked like it was brand new. And all the customer had to do was pay $8 a month.
Yep.
I think it's a very, very, and what's really cool about My Protection is, of course, there are annual plans that you can sell. It's a discount rate to the customer, so they actually pay less and you get paid more. But then you can take that, if I'm not mistaken, Tanner, you can take that annual plan if it's not, or if it's not more than a small percentage
Yeah,
of.
it can't be more than 30% of the total
Yeah, so
lease.
probably I would find that hard to ever be that high because you're selling a $500 phone. Your annual plan is going to be maybe, depending on the plan, 80, $90. You add that on there, put to the customer, hey, it's only like an extra 50 cents per bill or whatever, and you have a protection plan. So you can sell annual protection plans technically with no additional down payment. So the customer doesn't have to pay anything extra that day. That's something we should have talked about next week, but doesn't matter because next week we have way more stuff. But definitely, yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern next Tuesday, that is June 10th, we'll have a lot more of that. But what I want to do today before we wrap up this short call, I want to show you the integration. This is, I think, pretty darn cool. Um, we've spent a lot of time on this. We've worked very closely with the Acima's team, and so I'll show you guys. I mean, Abe, if you follow me or follow my repair app, check out our YouTube channel. We do have a video about it, but essentially to set it up, you just go to integrations and settings, and it's the very first option, very fittingly. And it has all the instructions on how to set it up. So I'll show you what it looks like in a ticket. So let's just say we're making a sale ticket. Right here next to your payment methods, you're going to see cash card, other, and Acima. You press Acima, and there's two easy buttons to follow. You have Acima applications, so this is where you can create new or find existing applications, and then you'd be able to view recent leases. So if I want to look at recent leases, I don't have any in this account, obviously, but if I did, it would show all the approved, all the failed, all the in process, the amount they got approved for, what they bought. So click on Acima applications. You can create a new application here. You can find an existing application. So if they're approved with Acima, you can pull it up. Again, it just prevents you from having to go to the portal and just it's one less thing for your employees to remember how to do. So the more you can tell them, hey, it's just on this here, you're good. Quick apply. So if they've been there before, you just do this and you can actually put in a customer's first name, last four, the social name, a phone number, and it will, if they've been approved, if they're pre-approved, it'll pull it up. So it's just a much faster process. You don't even have to fill out all the information. So this is way faster, which is kind of crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing until we saw it, and I was like, that is very cool. Actually, I'll do an application on an existing ticket here because, or you know what, let me do this. I'll add a customer information. Let's just say I'm going to add my information here. So we have name, phone number, email. I'm going to hit Acima again and start a new Acima. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to sell myself something. Let's just say we're selling an HDMI port. I don't have anything else in this ticket. It is what it is, or in this account. But let's say we're going to do new application. Hey, Mr. Customer wants to fill out the lease. Cool. This prevents you from having to do a lot of different double data entry. The contact information is here. Once we fill this out, when you hit submit, the invoice that is sent to Acima also gets pre-filled. So it'll pre-fill out what is in the ticket itself. So whether you're selling something that's serialized or itemized or whatever, Acima gets the full information. They get the serialization, they get the device type, all that stuff. Whereas if you use the Acima's dealer portal, as good as it is, you have to put in the information into your point of sale, and then you have to go and put in the same information into the portal. It can become a little tedious. It's not that big of a deal, but when you're busy, every second counts, and this streamlines the processes and it's scalable. If you want to have your shop be scalable, this is the way to do it. This is just one of the many ways that MyRepairApp makes it scalable, where it's easy to train and easy to maintain. So again, literally as you're just creating a ticket, just hit the button here and you can find their existing applications. It's as simple as that. This is the entire thing. So anything and everything you can do in the Acima portal, you can do here. Except for, as of today, we are currently working with the Acima team to add a button here. It'll be a third one, or technically the first one, that will allow you to text the customer an application link directly from MyRepairApp. So we are working with them currently as we speak. Actually just spoke with their development team this morning. Everything's looking good. So as soon as that's live, it will be updated here and you'll know. So could be tomorrow, could be not tomorrow, but soon we'll add it. And so then that way, if a customer wants a link, let's say you're advertising on Facebook Marketplace, and the customer said, "Hey, send me the link. I don't want to come inside to apply." In My Repair app, since you already have all the information, you can just send a link, and it'll have pre-filled out their name, their phone number, their email. So it even further makes it easier for the customer also to fill out the app because it's pre-filled. So that's the Acima application, the Acima link. And again, I have a YouTube video on this as far as showing the entire process, showing what it looks like when you actually have an approval, when you have an invoice on there, and how it looks like when you get an approval, how it looks like when you are still needing to provide more information. The whole thing's there. It's very easy to use. And yeah, so I just want to share that. And again, I'm gonna I'm gonna hit stop share, and I'm going to check really fast to see if I can see if there's any questions on the Q&A here. Oh boy. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. Facebook's strange. It tells me I have notifications. Facebook notifications are completely broken. I see notifications, but I don't see anything. So I apologize if you're asking questions. Tanner, what is the best way for people to get in contact with Acima and getting set up, or getting a demo and speaking to someone from Acima to see the value in Acima, and B, if they want to sign up, then get signed up?
Yeah, I think the best way for all the above is just to contact me directly. It's tanner.berg@acima.com. It's tanner.berg@acima.com. Tony, I don't know if there's somewhere you could post that, but feel free to email me and we can get something set up to go over the details more if you'd like, or I can send you the instructions for enrollment, both of which are very straightforward. So
Yeah, I did it. I did it. I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, and it was like a one pager, so it's really easy. I assume it's just as easy now. What I'll do when this is over, I'll find my post, and in the main description I'll add tanner.berg@acima.com, and they can reach out to you. And yeah, again, we'll see you next week, and I'm looking forward to some training and getting these shops more profitable, and we're really excited.
cool. Yeah, me too.
Awesome. Tanner, thanks so much for your time today. And yeah, man, I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Tony. See
All
ya.
right. Take care. Bye.